comedy venture. He's driving around the country. Him and a couple of buddies just telling jokes. Oh, sometimes funny things happen, and that's why I do this show. Amy asked me lots of questions, but mostly if I got laid. Biggie's comedy venture. It's Biggie's comedy venture. Biggie's comedy venture. Biggie's comedy venture.
Oh my God. So there's already another thing that I've noticed, and
What?
That's that the screen is like frozen on Facebook.
Travis says it sounds good.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to even pretend that what just didn't happen. Some people saw that we were on Facebook, so you might have noticed that. But Amy and I are back here for Biggie Comedy Venture Podcast, Take Two.
Take two.
We did a whole 45 minutes.
We did.
What I think was maybe the best episode we've done.
I had Eric in tears. He was in tears laughing.
Amy had me in tears laughing at a new bit that I'm working on that I won't be able to totally recreate. It's my fault. I hadn't been here in 2 weeks. I should have done a few little test runs. I didn't. I thought everything was probably just good to go. I didn't do it. So we're going to try to do an episode, Take Two. I can't, pretend to go through the things. I'm not even going to do the movie things that we already did.
Yeah.
Because whatever. But we did a few. Okay. We're back. How was your New Year, Amy?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everybody. Thanks for listening, guys. This is Biggie Comedy Venture Podcast. First episode, not on the road. Trying to do a more traditional style weekly podcast with Amy and me here. And so, what happened was basically I got here. I thought I had tested some stuff out. I didn't hit record on the stick. That would have solved 95% of the problem. Mm-hmm. It would have been nice to have it on Facebook and YouTube, but the audio would have been fine.
Yes.
But it was a perfect storm of I forgot to hit the stick. Then it turned out that the stuff that does Facebook and YouTube was kind of not set up.
Travis just sent a text that said, Eric, you have the original show on the stick.
How could I?
I don't think he hit record, Travis.
I didn't hit record. No, I didn't hit record on the stick.
Difficulty we're having here.
Yeah, no, I didn't hit record on the stick.
Yeah.
So, anyway, so we're gonna do a Take Two. It won't be as easy. It will be I almost wish I could restart what I've just started. This part.
You can cut this out.
But it's on Facebook and stuff. Okay, we'll start now. Take two. Happy
New Year.
Happy New Year, Amy. I'm trying to think, is there something from the New Year thing? I'm trying to think if there's anything there that was relevant to talk about again, worth talking about again.
No.
Not really?
No, I don't think so.
All right. Well, let me say, because they didn't get to hear this the first time. I did this the first time. I did want to, again, I know this feels for you, it's kind of weird, but I wanted to thank the people that brought me the t-shirts and the koozies for the first leg of the trip. The guys that did the t-shirts did a great job. Everyone loved them. And all they charged me was the cost of a t-shirt. They did the printing. They did all that. They mailed them out. Tees by Tree. Alabama Joey did the pink koozies that the people that got pink koozies. He did the design. He made them. He shipped them out as well. Really appreciate it. He didn't charge me anything for those.
Well, that was nice.
By the way, I don't think they cost him that much, but
still.
But he did. Shipping is the hardest part.
Yeah, for
to be
sure.
honest with
That
you.
was super nice.
So thank you, Alabama Joey. Thank you, Tees by Trees.
And also, we established that his nickname is not Alabama Joey.
No.
You gave him that nickname.
No, yeah, I gave it to him just because I can't remember names,
yes.
and so that's a way of me remembering his name.
Gotcha.
And he lives in Alabama, obviously.
I assumed that's why you did that.
So, what do you want?
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say we had talked about some old movies in terms of I'd watched Thelma and Louise and Edward Scissorhands. And I had told you that I wanted you to watch a couple of old movies that I really liked growing up, which were Drop Dead Fred and Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead.
Right.
And Adventures in Babysitting.
Which I am going to watch.
Those are your homework assignments.
That is my favorite type of homework.
Yes.
Is watching TV.
I know. It's the best kind.
I've been going through my old jokes on, like I told you last time we were together, I think. So I've started going through my audio of my, and I had stuff way back from 18 of sets and stuff. And like, what are premises I feel like I could still do today and what are ones I couldn't do.
Yeah.
And one of them, I'm not sure if I'll tell you, my premise was that I watch TV like it's a job. Like, to me, whatever I'm doing in a day is fine. But I feel like if I have a series I'm watching, I have to get home and watch these episodes.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
I feel the same way.
Like, they must get...
And I feel like I'm, like, part of their family at some point. You know, like, it's almost like I go through withdrawals. Like, if I'm watching, like, a long season, like, it has, like, 7 seasons or something like that and 20 episodes.
Right.
Like, when it's over, I'm like, man, I'm going to miss that family.
Do you... when you have a series that, say, you got it on... late, right? Someone says, which is the best. The best is if you...
Honestly, I will very rarely watch shows live anymore. I usually at least wait until the whole season's out so I can binge it.
I've been watching too much lately that new ones are popping up, and I can't help myself that I want to start watching something new.
Yeah.
And it sucks when it's good.
Yeah.
I mentioned it in our first version of it, but there's this show, Fletchman Has a Problem, I think it's called, on Hulu. Which, by the way, Hulu as a streaming service, to me, is getting very fucking good.
Yeah.
They have their own content now sometimes. They have their situation with FX, which I think FX of the regular channels has by far the best stuff that's out there.
Now, do you have the
I don't have Hulu Live.
Okay.
I just have the regular Hulu.
Okay.
But and it's like Simpsons are on the next day on Fox, so you don't have to have terrestrial TV. Like if I didn't care about sports, Hulu could be enough for me. So but what I was gonna say is when you find a show in the perfect scenario that it's already been done, you've heard that it's good, you get on it. When you start binging it, say it's 6 seasons, when you get to 5, do you keep at the normal pace, or do you ever find yourself starting to like slow down and try to find something else?
Yes.
And delay the inevitable of ending a show?
Sure. Yeah.
That is 100% what I do.
Yes, definitely. Like, have you watched like Parenthood?
What was the one that you had me watch one time?
Was it Brothers and Sisters?
No, it was on NBC. It might have been Parenthood. Was that the one where there was like...
This Is Us?
It must have been Parenthood. Wasn't
Parenthood,
it like...
I think, was ABC, I feel like.
Okay. Was it... I'm trying to think. There was a kid like had like kind of an autism problem.
Yeah, that one.
Parenthood.
Parenthood, yes.
Oh my, which back in the day, if you remember, I'd be crying almost every freaking episode.
I know, but like when I watched Parenthood, I was like, I'm gonna miss this family.
Right.
You know, like you grow like attached to them.
And sometimes I have started to go back through old series, and not in a laziness way even. Like I'm going through Schitt's Creek again right now, and it's like you do miss things.
Yeah.
And then once you know the totality of something, it's almost like you can just enjoy it.
Yeah.
And
I kind of I like to do multiple things while I'm watching.
Well,
so like I enjoy like rewatching shit that I've seen so I can have sports on my TV, the show I've seen 45 times on my iPad, and then I can do other
You say
stuff.
you like to, as if who in the fuck at this point is just watching TV?
I know.
Like even this, like when I'm watching this Fletchman show, which I really like, it's new, haven't seen it before, yet I'm still like kind of on my phone.
Right.
And it's like,
yes.
But no, when a show, when you start winding down, you're like, shit, there's like 10 episodes left of this.
Yeah.
I try to find other things to like sustain that.
Yeah, I'm like, maybe I'll catch up on like Dateline or...
and lessen the blow a little bit. Like,
yeah.
I did that with a few... I do that with every show I watch. If I just get onto a show, I'll do that.
Yeah.
So we were talking about old movies. You set those up for me. I was going to watch these old movies.
Yes.
I'm actually going to go see a movie with my parents today. You know what's weird? It's called This Is Auto, or this is it's a new Tom Hanks movie.
Okay.
And the funny thing about it is, I shouldn't even say this because I did no prep on this necessarily, but there is a show, I think it's called like My Name is Otto or This is Otto. There's another show I was watching on Amazon. I was looking through Amazon the other day, and I saw a movie, and I watched the trailer of it because it kind of looked interesting. And when I watched the trailer, I swear to God, it's basically the Tom Hanks movie. Like it's just one of these cases where some people in England made a movie, and as usual, we just saw it,
copied it,
and let's just throw Tom Hanks.
Yep.
It was basically,
that's funny.
It had to be the exact same movie. And I didn't watch it because I knew I wanted to watch the Tom Hanks version. And I didn't want to watch it like then.
Yeah.
And then 2 weeks later, go watch Tom Hanks or whatever. So I'm doing that. And then actually next Monday, Bad Axe, where my mom was born, has a documentary that is out there.
Yeah, I saw that because I remember thinking of you when I saw it. Like, oh, I wonder.
And it's like up. It's like it's in the nominations. Like, it's not nominated for an Oscar, but it's like in the running to be nominated for a documentary Oscar. And I guess it's about some like foreign family that for whatever reason, I don't know the whole story yet. I'm kind of excited to see it, but like moved to Bad Axe. And they're just like, no one looked like us. I mean,
I saw the preview.
If anyone's ever been to the Thumb in Michigan, I mean,
very white,
yes. And it's not even, I love it, but it's not even like you're in the Upper Peninsula.
Yeah.
It's just flat.
Yeah.
Flat, plain.
Yes.
Farmland in a very, very small city. So anyway, we talked about that stuff. I'm gonna still do the massage thing.
He got his first massage,
and I know it's
just don't worry about it.
Right.
Yep.
I know it's unprofessional. I'm gonna mention it. It's weird to tell a story twice, but
it's okay. Pretend like I haven't heard it.
Right. So anyway, my brother gave me a massage for Christmas.
Yes.
This year, which I was excited about because I had legitimately the last week been thinking of like when we talk about self-care.
Yeah.
But just something that I probably could use.
Yes.
I don't have like a girlfriend. Like, I thought about this. The fact that I don't have a significant other, not just them giving you a massage, but like I don't have human contact. You know what I'm saying? And not trying to be even in a sensual way.
Right.
But like when you have somebody, you're kind of cuddling or you lay with somebody. And I thought to myself, like, I probably wouldn't be a terrible thing for my body. I've just been this long trip, kind of a year worth of like really building up something, a lot. I know got anxiety.
Yeah.
I know I have like, I don't relax.
For sure. Yeah.
And so but I would not have bought it myself.
Well, no. Yeah. You definitely wouldn't have.
And so my brother gave it to me. I signed up for it. I went like, bam, right away, January 2nd. Because I didn't want to let it sit.
Yeah.
I'm like, let's just fucking do it. If I sit on this, it'll become which by the way, I thought about this. This is as political as I like to get. But, companies, how we all talk about, we do so terrible in January. And they're always, we need more money. We need more things. We need more income. We need to get the numbers up.
Yeah.
What happens about the fact that so many people buy gift cards that never get used? We don't hear them talking about how they just $21 billion in excess gift cards.
Yeah.
That's money that they received that never had to do anything for.
Yes.
Or give product away.
That was in a different month, though.
Isn't it crazy? I know. I know how it works.
Yeah. No, I always think
Isn't
about
that kind of bullshit, though?
Yeah. There's so much. And then you think about, too, like, you get a Visa gift card or something like that, and it's $50. Very rarely are you using it on something that's $50 on the dot. And so, you're using it for something that's $47. And so there's $3 left over. And what are you going to do with that? So there's all this. I bet they make so much money on that shit.
Even me, who's a cheap ass, you're right. I use my gift cards, but you are correct in the sense that like there's ones that you get where $2 goes off.
Yeah.
And think about that. Who can you think it's just $2?
Well,
but that's $2 times. I saw the report. I think it was in the billions.
Oh, for sure.
That are every year.
Unused gift cards, definitely.
And I'm not trying to be that guy. I'm pro-capitalism for the most part. I'm pro, all that stuff. But me and my brother do talk about a lot about this thing, how we always need to be like Netflix, always needs new users, always needs new users. At one point, Facebook probably had a quarter of the planet on Facebook. Yet they'll sit there and be like, we need more people.
Well, they don't have the whole planet.
I know. It needs to be enough.
Businesses have to grow.
But that's the thing. Do they all the time? Why?
Because if you're not growing, then you're
allowed.
Not. Then if you're not growing, then you've got a problem.
I'm not pro telling someone you have enough money. I'm not pro that.
Yeah.
But I am pro that I wish more people. Like I always said, like I don't believe in telling Bill Gates he has too much money.
Mm-hmm. I
wish, as a idealistic human, that someone could sit there and say, you know what, this is enough.
Mm-hmm.
And not give it away to bogus charities that are tax write-offs or you created it. I'm saying legitimately, we have enough. We could, I know that's just my own thing.
Yeah.
But that's my point,
Who decides?
But that's my point. I'm just saying from an idealistic human.
Yeah.
I wish that someone could say, hey, man, I have 2 houses. I never have to worry about food. Maybe I don't need another $1 billion. Mm-hmm. And the reality is, you can't work. When they say work harder, once you get to a certain level of money, Bill Gates is not working enough to earn the money he's making. No. I understand he created a business. Yeah. I understand. I'm not stupid. But he's not working enough in the day to make, $100 million. He's not.
He did.
You know what I'm saying?
I guess. Yeah, no, I get it.
Like
but,
in that
it's...
day.
Yeah.
But here's, I know, and that's my problem. Like, so you have these cards, and we all buy them.
Yep.
And then they get money that they never gave out to us. Mm-hmm. But they'll sit there and say, well, our numbers are down in January.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I know.
It's my own stupid thing. I'm in the middle of, I'm not ever wanting the government to tell someone they've had too much money. Mm-hmm. I just wish some people would maybe feel that way.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just wish.
Yeah.
I know it's not going to happen. I know it's a dangerous line. I just wish. I don't know.
But then the thing is, I mean, who do you give it to then? Do you give from here on out, the government can take the rest of my money and use it as they see fit?
Here's the actual answer to me. And again, I'm not for mandatory $30 an hour or something like that. But maybe you sit there and go, all my workers can go on a vacation once a year that's paid for, or something like that. You're right. I don't believe in just walking around giving to homeless people necessarily. I don't mean it like that. But maybe you say to yourself,
there are some companies that do that.
And I know. I just
you know what? I was actually just watching. I was just watching. I think on the last take one, we were talking about Netflix, and there's a new documentary on Netflix about Bernie Madoff. It's 4 episodes, but they were saying in there, whenever his employees would get married, he would pay for their flights to go on their honeymoon.
That's awesome. See, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I would just find it so much more nice.
I mean, granted, he had stolen that money, but it was still the thought that counts.
And you could argue that a lot of these billionaires.
Exactly.
I mean,
he legit stole it, though.
I think there's something to. I got to be honest. I think there's something to the fact that you can't. $1 billion is so much money. And I don't think we even fathom. When you say that Bill Gates has $7 billion, that's obnoxious.
Well, I mean, I think I saw something the other day that said Elon Musk lost $2 billion or something like that. Now he's going to be okay, but I mean, you know, if he only had $1 billion, he wouldn't be okay losing $2.
Anyway, whatever. Like I said, I know I'm not smart enough to get it. Yeah. I'm just coming from a kind of a peace kind of person, just wishing that maybe more people, when people say McDonald's, McDonald's, well, they got to keep growing and they're a business. Well, maybe McDonald's doesn't need 10 million McDonald's. Maybe if they can't, afford to do some of this stuff, maybe you only have 5,000 McDonald's. That's anyway, whatever. I know that a lot of people.
Okay, but you back to your massage.
Back to my
you got a massage and you were nervous.
Very anxious, just because it's like my anxiousness comes from always thinking I'm going to look dumb.
Yeah. You are so in your own head, unlike anyone I've ever met in my entire life.
I told Amy Amy that I sat outside the place for 10 minutes. For one, so here's how my morning actually
He sat outside of it for 10 minutes trying to find a way to cancel.
Trying to decide how I could justify to myself that I didn't have to go in or that I shouldn't go in. And so here's how my day went that day. I got up, I worked out, and then I went to Kensington to take this photo, and then I had extra time, and now I was driving around, and I'm like, and I sat there for 10 minutes trying to justify how I could have not done the massage.
Yeah,
how I could have called and said I had a family issue, and then push it off to next week, and
I got to imagine the chick when she saw you walk in, because my cousin is a massage therapist, and I was getting a massage from her recently, and she was like, "Yeah, I've got."
Is that weird when it's a family member?
It's not weird for me.
Okay,
but I mean, it might be weird for other people. I don't know.
But you don't.
No.
It's not. What would happen though if, like, I mean, you know what I mean? If all of a sudden she wasn't good.
Oh, she's really good.
Okay.
I don't think I have to worry about that.
Okay.
Yeah, if it would have been shitty, that would have been awkward.
Right, like if you'd gone and she's been like, "Oh no,
come back. Yeah. No, she's great. But she said, "Oh, I've got a guy after you, and I've never had him before. You know, he booked me on Groupon or whatever." And
does that worry her almost?
Well, yeah, I was like,
because he didn't go to the website.
Exactly. He wasn't a referral or something. Like, it's just this stranger. And I was like, okay, you have to text me when the massage is over. Like, I need you to tell me everything's okay. And she was like, he was totally normal, totally fine. But it was just it's just her, and like it sounded like it was just you and that chick. Yeah, so it's like it's not like you're in.
It's got to be such a weird profession.
For sure.
Because it's something that so many people obviously enjoy.
Yes.
Some people need.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's for like legitimately you need it because you have, getting.
It helps so much with my migraines.
There you go. Yeah, stuff like
my
that.
Neck.
And it's like, I remember when I went to OCC, and I think I said on the TDC podcast at one point, I did walk at OCC at the Palace only under the premise that I knew if I did it, my parents would take me out afterwards and give me a card.
Yeah.
Because I didn't care that I had graduated. It's community college. I'm not dismissing OCC. I went there, but I didn't care that much. It didn't mean much to me. But when I was there, my buddy Chubbs was there as well, randomly through a family member.
Oh my God.
That was graduating. And the last people that went were the massage therapies people. And I couldn't text him before I got a text from him saying, "Oh, give happy endings out." like these guys do a real thing.
Yes.
A needed thing.
Yes.
For humanity.
Right.
Like, and most of them want to help and they're healing.
Yeah.
And I just wonder how often they have to deal with somebody that thinks that's what's going on, or if they tell someone that's what they do, that they go, "Oh, yeah. So how often do you,
Constantly.
What terrible.
It's just like if you see a tall person and you play basketball, you play volleyball.
You know what's funny? I used to get that all the time back in the day because I am taller than the average American, 6'2", average American dude. But like, I think now that I'm older, I don't get it anymore.
Yeah.
Like when I was in my 20s, you had like a built, like you're young and stuff. Like, oh, you play. But now I'm older. I'm kind of fat. I kind of got gray in my beard.
Yeah.
I don't have anyone ask me anymore. Did you play basketball?
No.
But I used to in the 20s.
Right.
And I'm like, terribly. I never dunked a ball. That's one of my biggest regrets.
What?
Never dunking a basketball.
It seems like you could just lower the hoop and get it done.
Well, no, but I want to dunk a 10-foot high basketball.
Could you?
I could touch the rim. But my point is, I never worked on my working out.
Well, you are working out.
Do my legs.
Do legs at Planet Fitness.
My worry would be I'm at J level of now. I'm like
to tear your Achilles,
that I would fuck
Chris.
something up. Yes. I am.
Chris and Rocky both tore their Achilles playing basketball.
Really?
Yes. See, and nothing happened.
Amy, I was just about to put on Facebook recently, like, I want to get more active. Anybody I know doing, pick up basketball?
Rocky's playing tomorrow. If you want to go,
really?
Yeah, he's playing.
I'll have to ask.
They play in Howell.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe I'll.
Yeah, I think it's Howell.
I was when I was on the trip, right near the end there, and I went to the Bills game. I really I would have in the past, especially for content, jumped through a table. Mm-hmm. And the only reason I wasn't even considering it. And it had to do with the shoulder.
Yeah.
Because look what just happened 6 months ago with my shoulder. And I'm like, I'm now at the end of this thing.
Yeah.
I cannot come home and I bust my kneecap or something for a video.
And I mean, the thing is it's both of them were just running or jumping to get a rebound.
Right.
And it just feels like someone came up and kicked you and you collapse.
I can't. And it's I'm not saying I'm not going to play basketball because of it, but
it's scary. I mean, Chris is like, I will never play basketball again.
I was listening to, God, I swear to God, I mentioned this podcast more than our own podcast almost, but I was listening to the Always Sunny podcast recently.
Yes.
And Dennis, whatever his real name is, on the show, was talking about hiking recently over in Joshua Tree. And he was with his kids and they weren't wearing helmets. And he said it was the first time in his life when he really was like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
What am I doing?
Right.
Not wearing a helmet.
Yeah.
And he went back and he said he talked to some of his hiker buddies And they're like, people don't know it apparently, but people die literally all the time.
Yeah.
From falling and getting concussed and
For
stuff.
sure.
And he's like, dude, you should not. And there's a whole discussion about him making his kid were a thing. And now his kid doesn't want to go hiking anymore because he looks like a loser.
Right.
And he had this whole discussion of like, how do I decide? I don't want to be the nerd.
Yeah.
But and my point is, I'm 38. I told someone the other day when I was at lunch, I already referred to myself as 39 because I turned 39 in March.
Yes, you do.
And I've noticed in my lifetime that once I get to January, I kind of just already start leaning into my new age.
Yeah.
Because it just seems like it's already there.
Yeah. You're in that year.
And so 39, I do not. I'm going to play basketball. I'm going to look into getting, and maybe I'll even look into.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to specifically try to build up leg muscles. And dunk.
Yeah.
Because that's what would happen to me.
For sure it would.
I would like get them all up. I'd start jumping vertically. I'd like reach a good vertical length.
Yeah.
I'd feel like I could do it.
You just land wrong.
Anyway, so I don't remember exactly how we got there.
So you enjoyed the
massages.
massage though.
Yeah, overall. And we discussed on the first part here that we actually shared something in common, and that is that I was told 3 times that I needed to relax during the massage. But you said that that's something
every single time I get a massage, they tell me I need to relax. And then when I like really tune into like what I'm doing, I'm like, okay, I'm tensing every single part of my body right now. And like just need to like relax. And then makes me think like I'm walking through life just tense as fuck, which probably am, which is why I get so many migraines in my neck.
Which, I mean, I would say, and if they've told that to you, I mean, we're both, you're not as nearly as, not an overthinker like me, but you're kind of an active person. Like you kind of are constantly going, doing something, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like if you had that, that's got to be common.
I think it is.
I
think it for sure is. Yeah.
But I didn't, and it's like I felt dumb. Like I'm like I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what I forgot to tell you on the first one? This is good. I did save something. I finally got through it. Took all my other than my boxers and socks. Took all my stuff off. Got in the bed. It was very weird to me. I'm not used to getting.
Did they have a heating blanket?
They had a heating. The bed was
the table.
The table was heated.
That's the best.
I got in. That was a big step for me to actually unclothe and get under this thing and like we're gonna do it.
Yeah.
And then she goes to open the door. I locked the door somehow. I don't remember doing it. I don't know how I did it. I hung my clothes up on there's like a hook on the door. And so then I had to I was actually in there nice. Like the blanket was on top of me.
Funny.
I was actually kind of.
So then she had to like wait a second to come in for you to get back in the bed.
Well, then I had to jump out of there. And now the blanket was all, astray and stuff. And I had to open the door and I wasn't even sure that it was open.
Oh, that's funny, E. That is really
But I signed up for another one. I'm going to go back in 4 weeks. It's a little more money than I certainly won't like spending the money.
Yeah.
But I do think this falls under the line of you're taking care of yourself on some level.
Yeah. It's good.
It's not like I'm just going to fucking,
Yeah.
Buffalo Wild. Oh, my new thing is I go spend $100 eating wings.
Yes.
Or something. It is self-care.
For sure.
On some level.
No, and I think the more that you get, you'll see more and more benefit.
Wow, in the end, we still did 30 minutes here. I'm not going to do... I'm still going to do this money thing. It won't get this. It is what it is. So my idea going forward is very well known on this show how thrifty and worried about money I am. It is not that Amy does have unlimited money. You're not rich.
No, not at all.
But you have a real career that makes much more adult money.
Yes.
You have a husband that makes money.
Yes.
You don't have kids.
Correct.
So you are able to.
I have disposable income.
Much more disposable income than me.
Yes. A wise person might save it. I, however, am not that way. I'm not a saver.
It'd be weird if we Freaky Friday and switched. And you had to live within my thought process of how money works. And I got to, it would be worse for you by far.
Oh my God. Because
you would
such
deal.
A funny thought.
And if you had to live in my body, but with my thought process.
Yes.
You'd have to sit here and
oh, I would love to do that. I wish we could do that.
It'd be way better for me though. Because I would just be like, yeah, hell yeah, I want fucking Taco Bell delivered to my house. I don't care about these fees. You're going to be sitting there eating $5 pizzas in the car.
Right. Exactly.
From the night before.
Exactly. What would you do as me? If you had 24 hours as me.
And obviously we're taking off banging a bunch of dudes, right?
Whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I'd fucking fuck big time.
You'd bang dudes, not chicks.
Yeah. No, because I don't, I thought I'm a lesbian.
Oh, right. You don't like vaginas.
Well, it's not just that, but like, it wouldn't, I would think that's what you'd want to do.
Yeah. But is it you or me? Like, is it you in my body?
Yeah. I still think I'd just fuck a shitload.
Dudes.
Yeah, I'd probably fuck a bunch of dudes.
Okay.
What a good...
Interesting.
But take the sex... There'd be a lot of sex. I feel like there'd be a lot of sex. Because what else am I going to do? Fly somewhere? I'm willing to spend money on trips usually. Mm-hmm. So I wouldn't be able to fly anywhere. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't care about that.
Yeah.
Concerts even... I guess I could, but I won't be able to, it'd have to be that day.
Yeah, yeah.
And even sports, I've been lucky through the podcast.
Like, would you go to, like, the bar and, like, get drinks bought for you and stuff? That sort of thing? Maybe,
I think what I would do is just fucking, I think all I would do, the more I think about it, I'd take your credit card and I'd start drinking whenever bars opened.
Okay.
And I would just say to myself that I'd, like, because a dude will fuck you if you wanted to. Like, if you're you and you show up to fucking Applebee's at 10 in the morning, you could find the guy to fuck you in the parking lot or something.
Oh my God. What a grim existence.
So I would just drink, but it's because I'm getting to do it all in just
so
one.
Funny.
I would just go to bars and pick up dudes.
I'm thinking about that movie Hall Pass, where the one thing they do, they go to Applebee's. Like, that's like their big night out is to go to Applebee's. Right.
No, what I would do is I would start drinking at a bar as early as I could, and I might go to different bars, but I would just get guys to buy me drinks and fuck a bunch of dudes. See, what you should do
is, like, you should find, like, your favorite athlete or something.
Yeah.
And, like, go try to fuck them.
Okay. That's a good... See, I was thinking too much just easy. You're right. If I fucking find out, like, who's in town, if the Pistons are playing.
Right.
And just... or whatever, and just
slide into some DMs.
Slide into some DMs.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. So that.
Okay.
Because I'm trying to think. There's nothing else.
You just have a bunch of sex.
You know what's weird? It's not that I don't envy your life. I think we're both lucky that we kind of enjoy the life that we have.
Yeah.
Which is...
they're just so different.
Right. They're just different. But, like, if you're just talking now, if you went a week, then you're talking, I'm going to go on a fucking cruise or something. Then you're talking, I'm going to actually fly somewhere to Vegas.
Yeah, a week would be more fun. It really would be interesting, though, because obviously, just like the movie, in real life, you probably think my life is super easy and super fucking great. And I think yours is super easy because you live at home and shit. But then you realize, like, you'd have just someone randomly grabbing your ass and you'd be like, that's fucking annoying as hell.
No, I've recently really thought about the idea of, like, what people think of other people's lives. And like with me, I'm not going to get into the whole reasoning of why I live. I think there's reasons I live at home more than just some dude who never wanted to move out. It always resulted around these dreams, and I felt like I didn't have enough money to do both, whatever. But if you were in my body, you would have to, like, hypothetically deal with my mom.
Right.
In a real way that I have to deal with it.
Right.
Not in a way that you can just be like, fuck you, Fran, I'm out of here.
Right. I'm out of here in a week anyway. So
right.
Yeah.
Like, if you had to deal with how I have to deal with, my mom, and I'm not saying that anything mean about my mom,
Mrs.
but
Speedy.
Just like I'd have to, technically, by the way, in this scenario, Rocky's just sitting. What is Rocky doing while I just leave to the bar?
That's true. I forgot about him.
Does he still work from home?
He would have a hall pass that week.
But if he didn't know, I mean, if he just did the Freaky Friday switch, it just happens.
And
now I'm just taking your body out on a
like,
fucking...
why are you so weird?
...gangbang all day. Like, I'm just texting him like, I would just have to say there was work-related stuff.
All of a sudden, I have, like, AIDS.
Right.
HIV.
I mean, you're definitely going to get.
Oh, my God,
if I was funny. In there. But I don't think for real, the celebrity thing was a good idea. If you took me in your body for a day, I don't know that there's much, and it's not a mean thing. I think you live, like, I like your dogs and stuff.
Yep.
Now, if it was a week, like I said, I'd go to Vegas then and get, like, an actual suite, not sharing a room at the Tropicana.
Yeah.
I'd be like, MGM, Bellagio, let's fucking go.
Yeah.
And then roaming up your credit.
Yeah.
I know that it's such different because you just, I doubt you really envy a lot of stuff that I do in my day-to-day. But what do you think? Like, if you had to be me for a day, like,
I would
think you would be freeing in a way?
Oh, for sure. I would just enjoy doing nothing.
Just
I
in
would
the
do
basement.
nothing. Yeah.
My mom bring you down here food and
Yep.
stuff that she made.
Fuck yeah, I'd watch TV. It'd be fucking awesome.
I wonder if you'd be like, because you wouldn't have the feelings I have, like if you.
I'd probably play with my penis. I'd want to know what it was like.
Yeah.
I've always wondered what that feels like for a guy, so I would want to experience that.
I used to tell a joke about it, and I kind of stopped, and not that I for any reason, but like I try to get away from all sex shit. I do a lot of sex stuff, but like the idea that I wonder if I'll ever be like I know we talked about this earlier about being tired with sex on the first hidden episode that no one can ever hear, unfortunately.
Yep.
But like I have wondered, like sex is one thing, actually physically coitus with another human, but just touching myself, how many times I've masturbated in my life at this point? But like I still, I guess I like it still. I keep doing it.
I think that's an important.
I wonder
part of
when
life.
I'll be done with that.
I don't know. Not anytime soon.
I wonder what else you would. I'm just one last thing on that one. I'm just trying to think like more like with my life. I'm trying to think. Would you think you would just stay inside the house and be like, I don't have to do anything?
Yeah.
I don't have work emails.
Yep.
I don't.
I would just jack off and let it land where it lands,
On the couch
and
in the
not have to
basement,
worry about it.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a bad day if you don't have. Again, both of us don't. You're going into that body. You don't have the preconceived, like you don't have your feelings on my parents.
Right.
Like to me, my parents would be awesome. It's always like, you know, that's how like you always like love your friends' parents, and they're always embarrassed by their parents, right? Because they're not.
Yeah.
So like that's to them, you would probably fucking love it.
Yeah.
You talk, you know, you would go upstairs. My mom would make you a meal.
Yeah,
and
that'd be
and
awesome.
she's a super nice person. I have my own problems that we get at each other.
I might go hang out with your niece. That's what I'd do.
Yeah, little Kaylee.
Yes. Okay,
Hell
but
yeah.
we were talking about the money.
The money. We'll do this,
differences.
and I think that will be good.
Okay.
So, by the money issues where this all stemmed from, I'm so glad that we found. I had this thing that going forward, I am, again, as we've just described, notoriously cheap. I get on myself about spending money.
I spend my money on convenience.
And you spend your money on convenience. Yes. And so I said, I came up with something that I had done this last week, and then you had come up with something that you had spent that even you mildly were embarrassed to spend it on. And what I said was I was house sitting. I had bought some food that I wanted to make for a breakfast, but I was going to buy it like the next few days, eat it in the next few days. All of a sudden, I found out I was leaving the next morning, so I kind of forgot about it. And I thought I was going to treat myself to McDonald's because I didn't think I had any breakfast food left.
Okay.
That's what happened. I didn't have any breakfast food left. I had lunch and dinner. So I was gonna leave at like 6 o'clock that night.
Okay.
So I had lunch and dinner, but I didn't have breakfast, and I didn't want to. I thought, you know what? Fuck it. Buy yourself a breakfast. Went to McDonald's and I spent $10 at McDonald's. And even though I was treating myself in my mind, I still didn't love it because I fucking was like $10. $10. And then I get back even worse. So I eat my $10. I did like it. Later in the day, I'm packing and I find out I'd had these fucking breakfast things I could have made, and I was mad the rest of the night. And there's like random spots where I'd be like, $10 fucking dollars, dude. Like looking at 10, because I always have this little calculator. Since the trip now, I calculate every week how much I spent, how much I'm making. I have a goal of how much I want to make.
That's good though, E. I think that's good. I think you take it to the extreme, but I get it.
I agree.
But I respect that you are able to do that because that is not something that I'm able to do. But it is funny, especially when I think of how much I spend on food.
I did describe, I said to you earlier, I think that even if I won the lottery, I'm at a point where I don't think that would change.
You're not walking in Yeezys.
As I stated earlier, you didn't have to bring back that joke.
I know.
I made the most ridiculous I finally make a pop culture reference, and it's Yeezys, which are, take away the Nazism, is already not even that new.
Yeah.
I'm sure I should have said like something with Post Malone or something. So my number was I spent $10.
And you were really upset.
And I was upset about it. Amy bought some boots.
I asked E how much he would spend on a pair of shoes.
Oh, a pair of shoes. And I said $100.
$100
is what I'd be willing to spend on it.
Yes.
And that was actually, the answer is not.
The answer was 89, and I rounded up to 100.
The answer was 89. And not because that's what I'm willing to spend, but because I know the cheapest I can get a doable shoe.
Yes.
Like something that's not going to be good for my feet. Like it's not, I'd pay $50. So, if I felt like it was good enough.
What you will miss is the natural reaction of what happened on the first episode. But even though E now knows how much I spent on these boots. I asked him to guess. And what was your first guess?
My first guess was, I said, I think it's going to be more. I think I'm going to have
He thought he was really going high.
I'm going to have an inflated guess because I know what you're doing to me. I know where the trap is.
Right.
So I said 500.
I think you said 400
I
first.
Said 400.
Yes. And then you said, I think you said 5.
Then I said 5. Then I said 1,000.
And
you said more.
And he was crying.
I was crying. And then it ended up at 1,500.
1,500. I spent $1,500 on boots, which I know sounds absolutely ridiculous. I know that. But this is the only pair I've ever bought. I've really wanted them. And, it feels good to be in a position where you can spend that before you have kids and whatnot.
Yeah.
So, but it is the craziest comparison when I in my own way feel guilty about when I spend that kind of money, but unlike what I do when I feel guilty is I spend more money because I buy my husband gifts.
Right.
To justify. So like I bought him Michigan Jordan sweatpants and a Michigan basketball hoodie and some Barstool stuff. And so he's like, so really my $1,500 probably turned into $2,000 by the time I bought Rocky's shit.
So I really, it's a bummer. It is what it is. But yes, my initial reaction, I was literally crying when we did this the first time. And I just kept saying to myself, the difference, I sat for about the rest of the evening upset at random periods throughout the night that I had spent $10 I felt I didn't need to spend. And Amy spent, so I'm going to write these down. Going forward, we're going to do this weekly.
Yes.
And see maybe after a certain period how much money.
Next, I know what I'm going to bring in next.
Okay. I don't have anything so far this week, but luckily we got till probably, whenever we do this next week.
Yeah.
I guess I'm going to end it there.
That was pretty good for a second episode.
Yes, I think that we did a good job considering we've now done 2 episodes. We've done almost 2 hours of content today. I know that.
And I'm about to do more.
I know.
So, yes.
Can I real quick mention about the cow that got lost? Just because this cow, I had a story that this cow ended up in a mall. And they found him.
In Australia.
They found him or her. Don't know what he identifies as. What it identifies as. And they saved him. Nice cow. Hey, let's do the right thing and let's put him into a nice little sanctuary. And then the next day he got found in a pile of mud up to his... I know it's like...
Did they rescue him from the mud?
They rescued him again.
Okay, good.
But at the end of it, they're really like, whose cow is this now? At the end of it, they're like,
whose was it?
They don't know. They're like, we need to find out whose fucking cow this is. It's the me of cows,
Damn
I guess.
Australia.
All right. Hey, I got comedy this week. Two things this week, which one is really cool. Always awesome to get up at the Ridley's thing. I start my comedy class on Saturday, which is tomorrow. That'll be interesting to see how that goes. Wednesday, January 11th, 7:30 at Ridley's. Open mic. That's like $5. Thursday, Tiki Bar in Walled Lake. That's at 7:30. That's the 12th, depending on when you're listening to this. So really...
Is that at...
It's at what
Bayside or whatever?
It's what used to be called Bayside.
Okay, gotcha.
It used to be called Bayside. Now it's called like Tiki Bar or something.
Okay.
So I got those 2 next week. I'm trying to get more into my photography this year. I said I'm going to post 3 a week of just various things. Instagram, Eric_Fady. The Biggie comedy page, obviously, if you could go check, go and like and follow that. If you're not already, I'm sure most of you are at this point based on the numbers, but it is what it is. All right, Amy, thank you so much for dealing with that again.
I'm not doing a third.
No, no matter what.
Bye.